Good morning, everybody. Stacy here from Creatively Stacy. Thank you for stopping by. Going to be painting a little bit this morning. Thought I'd bring you along. That one was by request, so I worked it up this morning and just going to do a fun run through with it. So as you pop on, say hello. Notice the beautiful paintings in the back. This is going to be our next event coming up. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, but you don't want to miss it. All right. I'm going to get you turned right down. Say hello as you pop on. Say hashtag replay if you're catching me on replay. It's more fun to paint with friends. Good morning, Christine. Good morning. We are going to start out with, actually, let me back up here a minute before I go too far. If you're nervous about this, you can always draw lightly with pencil before you do a painting to give yourself an idea. And you can erase and you can cover it up and all that good stuff. So I am just going to do a rectangle-ish shape with it a little bit wider on the top than it is on the bottom. Nothing too crazy there. I'm going to do a line and an oval. And then I'm just going to do two little U's, little curves there, right? Just like that. So that's going to be our starting shape. And we'll do just a curve for that, right? Just if you're looking for giving yourself an idea, easy enough. And then we got to figure out spacing of our flowers in general. This one will be my biggest one. I just did wild, crazy leaves, or petals, I guess they're petals, on these, really loose. So hopefully you will find it very relaxing, not intimidating at all. We'll do the oval on this one maybe. And we'll do these. Maybe these will go this way a little bit. And you can adjust all this as you're painting. So you don't need to worry too much about it. You can see I didn't even draw the top of that. This is just a sketch, just to give us a size and a shape, an idea. This one we'll do this way maybe. So this really, I really want these to be more oval than round. I guess that's personal preference. So nothing too difficult, like a children's sketch. Can you even see that? I don't know if you can even see that. Hi, Christina. Right? Just to give yourself spacing or to give yourself an idea of size, okay? So don't stress, don't stress. All right, so I'm using, what am I using? Primary blue and white. Primary blue and white, okay? To start with, I'm just going to do this bottom down here. So just grab both colors on your brush. This is not too scientific. I'm just going to get these down and see, I didn't really blend them together super well on my brush, so I'm getting different shades in my painting. Good morning, good morning. So just like that, we're going to do a quick, easy little background here today. You can make it as light or as dark, depending on your mood, as you want. And then I'm going to take a teal color. You know me and my teal. This one is Bahama blue, so it's a blue teal. If you don't have a teal, just grab a little bit of yellow, mix a little bit of yellow and blue together, more blue than yellow, and then add a little bit of white to lighten it up. So that's always fun to do. To do this background, we're just going to keep our dirty, messy brush and just start getting some color down every which way. Grab into some blue, grab into some white, grab into some teal. So this is just a very loose painting. I want you to actually think about holding your brush loosely. I don't want to be down here real tight, doing these little strokes, pushing my brush. That's not what I'm going for. So I'm going to show you again. Grab some blue and some white and some teal. I'm going to go back up here closer to the end of my brush, and I'm just going to dab my background, just dabbing it, just touching it. If it gets too dark, add more white. Gets too light, add more blue. And I can see my pencil lines under this. So I can go right over generally where those flowers are, so that I'm just going in the middle because there's going to be gaps there where it's not painted as a flower. We'll just go ahead and dash some color in there. I don't need to cover where they are completely because of course we're going to paint those, but ooh, that was dark. Grab some light. Ooh, ooh. It also helps too, you guys, if you print out, if you're using something for inspiration, if you print it out and have it next to you sometimes as a guide, that also is helpful. Can't bring yourself to, oh, I've seen some of your paintings, Christine, why not? Only been painting 2 years, it's a confidence thing. Well, you've been painting 2 years more than a lot of people have, and they would probably learn a lot from you. So I'm going to challenge you to just do it. Let me know when you're going to do it, and if I am available at all, I will come over and cheer you on. Just pick a simple one that you've painted a million times that you just love, something that you really love. Makes it a lot easier. A lot easier. All right, so once you've got your background kind of laid out there and everything's covered, you got the colors that you want going on, right? I'm just going to add a little bit more white. I think I got a little dark. You can see I'm just dabbing. I'm turning my brush every which way and just laying those colors down. It's a really soft, muted background that way. I'm going to go back into that blue. Bring my brush up to thin bristles. And I'm going to go right here and do a darker line. And it doesn't have to be 100% straight, just has to be straight-ish. I'm going to grab into the white, straight-ish, is that a word? And just blend that down a little bit. And basically it's just kind of giving a definition between what's up above and what's down below. I'm going to go back into that blue again. I'm just going to do some lines, just to give a little bit more depth and variation, right? Just to break it up a little bit more. Okay, so this is where we're at. Oh, you're welcome, Christine. Anytime, anytime. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take the tiniest, goober, get your goober out of the way. I got lots of goobers here today. What in the world? That's because I'm a messy painter, you guys, and I don't always wipe my bottle off. And you should, because then it doesn't seal right, and then your paint dries out faster. So do as I say, not as I do. Right? Okay. So I'm going to take the tiniest amount of black and my messy brush. I'm going to add it to, are you on the screen? You kind of add it to that, right? So it's making a little bit darker, blue grayish color, I would say. Again, I used my messy brush. Just added a little bit of black. And I'm going to start coloring in my watering can. And you can grab a smaller brush if you would like. I like to use this one, get pretty decent lines with it. But this is a smaller painting, so smaller brush would work too. Just get that filled in. And I see I got more square than I did, or more, not square, rectangle than I did. I didn't get any wider on the top, so I'm just going to bring that out a little bit. Not much. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a smaller brush to do these guys. Let's see what I got over here. This will work. Get my brush out of the water. I'm terrible about that, you guys. I do it all the time. Oh, terrible habit. Don't do that. It's not great for your brushes. Just stuff that over there. All right. So I got my brush wet, dried it on a paper towel. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this because I didn't make very much and it's drying out on me already. All right, we're just going to do that. Remember we drew a line over here. Make that a little thicker. And an oval. I was going to bring my watering can in to show you guys. I have a little silver watering can. And it actually has like a little bracket right here on it, but I didn't like the way it looked painted. So now I'm just doing those little curves. Remember we talked about that at the beginning. So there we go. We've got our basic shape, just like that. All right. Now we're going to grab some green. And this is just, you guys, this is all just background. I'm going to add a little more blue to that. It's got a little watered down on me. This is all just background we're going to add to it. So don't worry if it's still a little bit on the see-through side or not quite perfect. It's okay. It's okay. Festive green. We're going to do festive green or any green you love. I'm going to start working on, again, boogers, because I don't take care of my stuff. Be better. Be better. Oh, and we're going to, I didn't clean the blue off this brush, you guys. I'm just going in with the, going into the green. I'm actually going to, I did it before and I forgot to do it again here. So I'm going to actually take a little bit of that blue and I'm going to darken up my green a little bit too. So now I have 2 shades of green, right? Okay. And we're going to do a big old leaf here. Just a couple of little curved strokes. We're going to do some lines here. I'm pushing and pulling. And you can do these anywhere you want to on your painting. Just adding some background noise, right? Just doing some lines. Doing another big curved one maybe. I don't know if I'm loving this brush. It's got like a ratty little end on it. There we go. Just needed to swirl it a little more, I guess. So I can see where my flowers are where I penciled them in, and I'm just going around them, filling in some background information. I'll go back into that lighter green, add a little bit of that. Just adding some color. In here, right now I'm just dabbing some green in between those flowers. I probably have to go back in after we get the flowers done and add some more, okay? So as much or as little as you want on that. We can go back at the end and do some more. I'm just getting some of it so it will be in behind before we get started. And it's just helping with the layering. So I did the dark green and the light green. Can you guys see good? I wonder if I can zoom you. Is that better? Or is that crazy? I don't know if that's crazy. Is it focusing that way, you guys? Let me know. Let me know if it's focusing. I'm going to take that same green. I want to mix these colors throughout. So I'm going to take that same green that I just did for my leaves and just randomly add a little bit to my watering can. Some of this might get covered up. It's all right. We're just adding a little bit, right? I'll be so glad when I get to paint again. Well, I hope you do it soon, Christina. don't know why you're not painting. Get to it, girl. What did I miss? I missed something. All right. Wash your brush off. The next thing we're going to do is go into our white. And we're just going to put white. I'm going to have to get a bigger brush. We're just going to put white where these flowers are going to go. And it's just for background information. Make our colors pop a little bit more. I'm going to wash that off and get a bigger brush. We'll be here till Christmas using that little thing. I always like to paint with the biggest brush that will fit the space that I'm painting. So that's always a good tip. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and quickly do little curved shapes for our flower, right? Start laying it out. And if I get into some of this green, it's going to smear into my flowers, and I'm okay with that. So if you're not okay with that, then you're going to want to go ahead and blow dry before you do this step, okay? So I'm just doing pushes and pulls. I'll go slower so you can see. Push, pull, okay? With a curved shape, push, pull. Sometimes I just do one. Sometimes I do two. Depends on how fat you like your petals to be. If you like them skinnier, just do one. Do it slow. Push, pull. If you like them fatter, do them fatter. Do two. You can curve them. Or make them go the other way. Okay? Just like that. Oh, you're still in recovery mode. Too tired. I get that. Hope you're feeling better. No fun. I'll make that one a little bigger. I feel like it needs a little love. So there we go. And we'll go back at the end and do some more with the white, but as long as I have it on my brush, I'm just going to go ahead and again, adding it to my watering can. Add a little bit below it. Just like that. We'll go back with more white later. You can see as I'm doing colors, I'm just pulling them through. I'm pulling them through to the next, into the watering can, or you'll see in a minute, I'm going to put some in the background. Just adding more. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse my brush out, which I really didn't need to do because I was using white, but it's a habit. I'm going to grab primary yellow. So grab your yellow. And I'm actually going to grab a little bit of orange. So what do I have here? I have a bright orange, or maybe I'll use this cadmium orange. An orange, whatever orange you like, okay? Don't stress the details here, right? I think I did the bright orange on that one, but I think I wanted a little deeper. So I grabbed some yellow and I grabbed some orange. And I'm going to take my orange and add a little yellow to it, just to kind of marry those colors together. Not even on the screen here. I think I'm holding it where you can see it. And I might have to blow dry. Let's see here. How are we? We're not terrible. I'm going to have to blow dry it because this ain't going to work. Hold on. Cover your ears. Turn down your volume. If you're watching on the replay, try yours or fast forward. Hold on. Okay. Go back to my little brush here. And the orange and the yellow. There we go. All right. Much better. So I'm just making a blob. And And I'm also going to just pull out from the blob. And again, this is just going to be in the background, so I know it looks a little bit crazy at this moment. Trust the process. Work with me here. A lot of this is going to get covered up. We're just adding a little more background information for what doesn't get covered up. So there you go. Got a blob. I'm going to go straight into my regular straight orange. And I am going to start putting down. We may have to come back and do some more of this, but where I'm doing this, if I get to it quick enough while it is still wet, it'll make some really pretty, interesting colors, right? So there we go. And then I'm going to go right into the yellow with that same brush. So I'll get mostly yellow. It's going to make it like a darker yellowy orange. And I'm going to come right onto these flowers, the petals. And basically what we're doing, you guys, is we're building layers of color. It just gives it a whole lot of shading and depth. This is a little bit more in depth of a tutorial than I generally do on these lives, but these flowers are so fun. So go ahead and color everything in. Let all the colors blend together however they choose to do so. I'll hold this up in a second so you can see where the white was still wet on some of it, where the orange is still wet on some of it. The colors mixing what we get. I'm running out of yellow. Hold on, hold on. All right. You guys, I'm going to be working on my flyer today for the QCO Walk Out of the Darkness fundraiser online painting we're going to be doing. It is going to be Thursday, the 21st of September, and Friday, the 22nd of September. We are going to be doing 2 paintings, the ones I showed you at the beginning here. I'll show you again at the end. They will both be, I believe, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to get it so that it's after dinner for everybody in my area. I know you guys are all different time zones, so it's a little bit tricky. I was going to do it sooner, but we've got, everybody's getting ready for back to school around here. And then we've got, you know, the September 11th anniversary weekend, and we've got Labor Day weekend, and we've got, I don't know, just all sorts of things going on. So that is when it's going to be. It'll be an online, it'll be in a private group. It'll be $15 for both paintings. And I'm going to have some surprise bonuses for those that can join in live, because it's more fun to paint with you guys when you can hang out with me. And so we'll have some surprise bonuses for that. And then those of you that can't join us live, it will be available for replay for 30 days. So no worries if those dates or times don't work for you. You can still get the full training. So I'm hoping a lot of you will support this and come paint with me. I'm working on all the technology stuff to try to get it just so to do this, do it upright and do them proud. So be sure to tell all of your friends to sign up. I'm trying to think of a good early bird special. Like if you sign up by a certain date, there'll be something, but I don't know what that's going to be. Because I really want to, you know, have a good turnout for them. If you guys understand the New York crazy, we're struggling to plan much of anything because you just don't know what's going to happen day to day here. And that's an understatement. So I also have a paint party scheduled in November. I haven't decided on the design yet. I'm waiting to hear back from the ladies on that. So hopefully that will be a go. Going to get some supplies today before prices go up anymore. Lord have mercy on that. Oh, Christina, I so hope you will join us. Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully you'll be feeling much better by then, too. Okay. So you can see I didn't necessarily get all the white covered, but you can see all the different colors you get in there by just dabbing that orange in there and then doing the yellow, and some of the white was wet. It just gives you a whole lot of different shades. Excuse me. And you can tell this is a lot of orange, so don't worry. We're going to come back with some yellow. They will be yellow when we get done. They will be. Yeah, oh yeah, Christina, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. It sounds like the ladies are a really great group of ladies, and I just think it's going to be a really fun time. So, on this one, I used a metallic bronze around my flower. I'm going to switch it up this time and use copper. Any metallics you have, if you have gold, whatever you have, right? When I paint things over and over again, I tend to swap out colors a little bit. So I encourage you to use whatever you have on hand. If you don't have any metallics in your arsenal, just use a brown. It works just fine. All right. So I got this copper going on. And I'm going to go back and put my centers back in. Just doing messy oval shapes. They don't need to be perfect. We're going to do a lot of dotting on them anyways. I didn't put any of these colors down in here yet because I'm waiting until I get to the yellow. I really wanted the yellow to be the primary shade. I'm just going to go around the edges of some of these petals. We're going to do this twice to really bring out the flower shape more. And I'm not doing a full outline. I'm just doing some of it, I guess. Very loose. We're staying loose and free on this one, right? Okay. But we're just starting to define that shape a little bit. And I did not blow dry. So there is some blending going on, which I'm good with. Just like that. Oh, staph infection from the stables. You know, Christine, I feel for you. I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to Band-Aids. It's insanity. I'm like, please use the least amount of things you can use for whatever it is, because I'll probably be allergic to whatever you use. It's awful. No fun. Now your recovery time just probably doubled because now you got to recover from that. Ugh. All right, so you can see, get around here. Almost out. I'm trying not to, I don't want to squirt out anymore because I'm not going to use it again real quick. There we go. So we got that. And if you want a little extra metallic, go ahead. There's no rules. Just mush it in there, right? Rub it around with your finger. Whatever works for you. Here we are. Starting to come together. We're taking shape. Won't be long now. Okay. Go ahead and rinse your brush off really well. And now we're going to go into yellow. Excuse me. For this time, I want to use a bright yellow. So whatever you have that's a bright yellow, instead of, I used a primary yellow first, which was like a darker, warmer yellow. So now I want a brighter yellow. If you don't have a bright yellow, take your yellow and mix a little white with it to lighten it up. Okay. I'm going to go back to that same round brush that I used when I did these petals to start with. I'm going to go straight into that bright yellow. And I'm just going to start filling in a good portion of these petals. Now, the rest of my paints are not dry. We're still going to get some mixing. I am staying more to the end of the petals and kind of lifting up as I get to the center of my flower. get this up here so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not going all the way to the center. I don't know if I can hold this and do this, you guys. We'll see. Was I even in the screen? 4 antibiotics. Oh no, you better go get a probiotic. Your guts are going to be wrecked when you get done with that process, girl. Ugh. Ask me how I know. Go get a probiotic. Be prepared. Okay. So. Am I still in the camera? Where am I? Okay. Trying to hold it up here so it's closer for you guys. So you can see I'm not going all the way to the middle. I'm staying more to the edge of the petals and just lifting up when I get closer to the middle. I'm just dabbing into that yellow. It's a bright yellow. I'm doing it straight. And adding another layer on top of those flowers. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. The other thing I want to do while I have this yellow out is I want to add a little bit down here. Am I? Yeah, I'm on the... you guys, I got the words on mine, so I can't always see. If you can see, yes, you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and dab a little bit of that on there, and I'm going to take my finger and smear it. I want a little bit in my background, maybe. Smear it. So make sure your blue is really dry when you do this part, or else it'll just turn green. I mean, it's going to get a little bit of green to it anyways, because the yellow is somewhat see-through. Just have fun with this part. This is the finger painting situation here, which I encourage you to do on all of your paintings whenever you can. That's like the best. So do as much or as little as you want. Again, we're just adding some interest. Just like that. There you go. Fun, fun. I'm going to grab my smaller brush because I don't want these big, hello words. I don't want really big yellow in my little guy down here. I'm going to do a little curve around where that might be. Do some lines again. No rules to this. We're just adding. If you hold your brush really lightly, you'll get a thinner line. If you hold your brush heavy, if you push harder, you'll get a thicker line. So it's really up to you what you like to see on that. That's looking pretty good. And you can do as much or as little as you want to, right? Okay. So there we've just added a little bit more to our vase. We are now going to go back into our black. We're going to start doing some details. I don't think I have black out on my plate. Do I have black? Yeah, I do have black. I don't know how long that's been there, but we got some. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of black to the center of my flowers, kind of in a messy fashion. Just dab it around a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of black to my vase, staying more towards the bottom of my watering can for the most part. I am going to put a little line in here, or the underside of your handle. Just going to do a little circle there. Maybe some dots, right? Watering can dots, randomly. That's probably about all the black I used. All right. So while all that's drying, we're going to go back into our greens. I'm going to take the original green that I used and I'm going to mix it with some white to make it lighter. And I'm just going to start filling it in here. And I want to grab into the original green, not lighter. So I'm just doing kind of some random shapes in here so it doesn't necessarily read as just an empty space. I'm trying to think of what I want to say. I don't know why I can't find words today. I'm going to take the blue and mix it with the green so I get the darker. I'm just going to dab a little bit of that in there too. If you've lost your leaves, you can bring them back, make them a little bigger. Go back into that lighter. I'm just taking my brush and going to the lighter, to the darker, to the whatever. All my colors are getting mixed up and wild. I'm just adding to that greenery. Starting to fill in a little bit where we have space. And I can't talk and concentrate apparently. Sorry about that. I'm going to add a little bit more white. I want to get a lighter green yet. And it's kind of a blue-green because I've got a messy brush. Add a little bit of that to my watering can too. So you're basically just bringing your colors through, using them in more than one location if possible, right? And I'm also letting my flowers dry just a little bit. That got a little too light. Just go back in with the dark, right? Sometimes it helps to step back and look at your work too if you've been staring at it too long. Sometimes we can't see anymore because we've been looking at it too much. So that's where I'm at. I gotta step back and look. Let me see. Get you in there. Sorry, I'm trying to look at it too. I feel like I'm a little empty over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead, add a little bit. I'm just flicking my brush. No fancy strokes there. There you go. All right, so now what we're gonna do is rinse our brush off. We're gonna get into the white and the bright yellow. Let's do that first. I'm gonna go back to that same round brush. I'm gonna take my bright yellow, mix some white in it, which is gonna lighten it up again. I'm just gonna do some little dabs here. So again, just one more layer. This one is just a lot of layers, but it comes out so pretty. And there's no fancy hard strokes to do it. And I'm just doing this real quickly, just doing a dab. There we go. Once I've got that done, I'm going to go into the straight white. Rinsing off my brush again. There we go. Okay. Go into the straight white. Trying to get, not to get green on there. I got green in my, I got green and blue and everything else in there. We're just going to go around and add some white to our little flowers here. There we go. And we are almost done. I'm going to go back and we're going to do just a few more details. So thank you for hanging out with me here. Let me know what you think about these little fun flowers if you try to paint them. I hope you do. I'm going to add some white to this again because I've covered up a lot of it. Just like so. I'm going to do some little white dots in here. I'm not staying inside my circle. If you have a stylus or a toothpick, that works really good here too. If your black is still wet, be careful because you'll get gray. Just do some of that. And I did use a stylus for my little dots, but we're gonna, let me just finish my thoughts here. Get back up. I need more of that bright yellow. I'm out of paint here. Just get a little dab. There we go. All right. So I'm grabbing into where I had my yellow and my white. And you can use the end of your brush too. That works. Add a little water to it because it's dried out on my plate. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm doing some dots. I'll hold this up so you can see. It's very random. It's just breaking up that center. Breaking up that center. Just like that. What do you think? Y'all can do that, right? Okay. And then, if you've lost your copper, which I didn't do too bad this time. Last time I lost a lot of my metallic and I had to go back and put it in. But I'm feeling like I'm pretty good on it. I'm just going to touch up a couple of little spots. So if you used brown and you need to touch up, now's a good time. I used copper metallic and I'm just touching up a couple that I've just kind of completely lost. And the other thing I want to do is I'm going to come into the centers with that copper. So where like my petals got kind of lost together, we can just add those back in. Right? You're basically just outlining that shape again. I'll hold this up so you can see the difference of this one that I'm just doing. What I mean by if you come back, I didn't get enough paint out. If you come back and just touch this up at the end, your petals stand out apart a lot better. And it only takes a few minutes, so. Let me finish this one up real quick, and then I'll show you. So you can see this one I just went back over with the copper. These ones I did not. So you can really see the copper is mostly on the outsides of these. And this is me putting the petals back in a little bit more. I just like a little bit more definition between my flowers. So that's a quick, easy way to get that if you have lost it in all your layers, right? Okay, so and then the final, let me look, what am I missing, anything? I think I'm pretty good. Oh, I did do some copper dots on that other one. I'm not gonna, I like it the way it is. You can use this color in the center too and do more dots with that too. What I'm going to do now is grab a stylus. You can use a toothpick. I'm going to go into that white. So basically all it is, you guys, is a little tool with a little ball on the end of it, I guess I would say. But it has they have different sizes. They're really inexpensive. If you run across them, pick them up. I'm just going to do a few dots. 3. I'm going to do 3 over here. You can do them randomly anywhere you want to. If you're doing this on a canvas or a hard surface, I would do some edging on it. I think I've gone over that in other videos with you guys, but it really gives a nice finish to it. I'm just being random with these, and this is just a really small painting. If you had done it on bigger, if you had done it bigger, you would have a lot more room. But yeah, can never go wrong adding a few whimsical little dots to things. Don't forget to sign your work. Do that real quick, maybe. Grab into the white. You can use a pen after it's dry if you don't feel comfortable. I'm all right with just slapping on my initials, right? What do you think? Get up there so you can see those little tiny dots. Aren't they cute? So just make it your own. Make it your own. All right. So, last reminder. Let me get you up here so I can say hi. Last reminder. Oh, because I got you zoomed. That I'm like, why is this so big? I forgot I zoomed it. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, so Thursday, September 21st, Friday, September 22nd, I will have tracers. I'm working on this one still. I will teach you how to cut them out because we're going to do this in steps to separate things. And I will also have one that just says thankful for those of you that don't want to do the hope. And on this one, I have a smaller hope, but you can always interchange the tracers or resize them. And if you don't want to do the hope, you could, of course, leave it off. So, yeah, I'll get that rocking today. But here's the one I did on canvas. If you're familiar with the cause, you might notice that symbol in there. And if that's not what you're all about, you can just do a regular center. So you have options. And then this is the other one that we're going to do. I haven't got it on canvas yet. And I will offer thankful as well. So join us for that. As soon as I get the information and the links and all the stuff up, I will let you know. Tell everybody and join us because it is an online event. So you guys, I will take you step by step through that. I won't. This is just me doodling and having fun and giving you some tips. That will be step by step. It will be do this, do this, do this. And you can change your colors out to anything you want. I will have a suggested list in there, but do what makes you happy, right? Whatever makes you happy. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. Again, if you see this replay, say hashtag replay, say hello, and have a fabulous day. Bye, everybody.